Hey everybody, this is Eric. This is going to be my first video for my new gun channel I'm making here, so this will double as an introduction and my first video as far as an issue. And today's issue is a video that was released by the Department of Homeland Security about... hang on here. Active shooter video. So it was posted yesterday evening, afternoon, I presume, because it's just being talked about on the news today, and it's being talked about on local talk radio around where I am in the Seattle, Washington area. But it's a national video posted by the U.S. government, basically, and it tells you what to do in an active shooter scenario. Now, an active shooter scenario is basically like what Columbine was, or the attempted assassination of Congresswoman Giffords. Basically, you got a crazed madman with serious issues who's out shooting people everywhere. So that's definitely not a good thing to have. But that's an active shooter scenario, and DHS has released a video saying what to do in that case. Well, the problem with this video, though, is that I think it misses the mark on several issues. And there's actually 3 issues I have with it, but 2 of them can kind of be linked. The first issue I have is that they don't really provide any advice as far as threat recognition is concerned. By the way, I'm linking this video underneath in my description of this video so that you can view the link for yourself and determine if you like it or not. This video basically, they don't teach anyone any means of threat recognition or provide that. Like right now in the United States, there's probably millions of people who are licensed to carry a concealed handgun. There is a lot of police officers. There's probably 1 million currently serving police officers, and many of them carry off duty. There could be private security guards, especially in corporate security, who may be wearing suits and may not be immediately distinguishable as security. So this can create problems. You see, if you're the office worker and you've been watching this video there and you're told to run away from the guy with the gun, and you run out the safe way out and you see an off-duty police officer who you don't know is an off-duty cop, and he's running up the stairway, you may run back towards the active shooter because you didn't take a minute kind of look or get behind cover and determine is this guy a bad guy or not. And that's a real disservice in my opinion as far as the quality of video. The second one is more of a rant, and they basically say that if you see someone who is shot or wounded or on the ground or whatever, they say don't move them, don't take them out of the line of fire. And to me, this is completely ridiculous, especially you people who, I'm not going to pick on anyone in particular, but if you're a religious person and, you go to church or you go to mosque or whatever, and you listen to your pastor or your priest or your imam or whoever your minister is, and you listen to them tell you all about how you have a religious duty to protect the weak and the helpless, and you have a religious duty to be your brother's keeper, and greater love hath no man, and all that stuff. And, you see someone, they're shot and they're on the ground and they're badly hurt, and maybe you have the ability to come up behind them and grab them behind the shoulders and pull them out to the stairwell and barricade the door or do something, get them to safety, and you choose not to take that option. You choose just to save yourself and, put them at the mercy of a psychopath. What does that say about you? And a lot of people are going to say, well, it can be dangerous to pull someone out of the line of fire. Well, yeah, that can be the case, and it is dangerous, and you're right, it's technically not your obligation to do so, at least at a legal level. But how about at a moral level? I can provide plenty of stories of off-duty police officers and 2 retired Marines and the like at 9/11 who, they had no obligation to go into the towers and help people, but they chose to anyway, and many of them died for their efforts. But, that's just what happens when you choose to embrace a higher calling to protect your fellow man. That school teacher in Connecticut, when this person, who I will not use his name in public, when this person comes up to shoot her classroom, she shields the kids and protects the kids from him. Well, she was under no legal obligation. She could have swung the door right open and ran out the window or something, but she chose not to. So just because you don't have a legal obligation to protect someone who can't protect themselves doesn't mean you shouldn't take the opportunity. And it's true that you'll never be legally liable, but if you're the type of person who honestly says, screw that person, I'm running out the door, when you had the chance to pull them out, you might want to take a good long look at yourself in the mirror, and the people in the U.S. government who are making this video ought to do the same thing, in my opinion. So, the second thing was kind of related, and they said that, you know, if someone is dithering and they're not making up their mind as to whether or not they should evacuate the building, they don't believe that there's actually a shooter or whatever, and you know there is, and you can get them to safety, they say, leave them behind. Well, no, because, you know, you owe it to them to try to get them to go with you. And I'm not saying, you know, to force them or whatever by physical force, but, you know, someone who's probably taking the time to dither and can't put the facts together is probably the type of person who can be commanded easily with a show of authority. If you go, Jenkins, you're following me out the exit now, you have no choice, they're probably going to do it, more likely than not. So, you know, you have options to try to make them come to safety and be your brother's keeper. So, in that regards, do I have a problem with the video? Yes, I have many problems with the video. And, you know, kind of the ridiculous thing is at the end they say if you have to fight, you can use something like scissors. You know, except they don't give you any tactics. They don't say, like, wait around the corner and wait to stab him. You know, it's, we'll just fight back with your scissors. Really? Really? So, needless to say, there's a lot of good resources out there for what to do if you're caught in the middle of a bad shooting. This video is not one of them. I would discount it because it's, you know, it ignores a lot of things, and it basically encourages you to be selfish and look after only yourself, which is something I can't generally always support. So, anyway, thank you for watching today, and you all have a good day.